There's Will's. There's mine. So, all in all, that's not bad for, I don't know, half a 5-gallon bucket. What's going on, guys? Justin here, X4 Prospecting. It's the weekend. You know what that means. Me, Will, and Steven, we're at the creek. We're looking for some gold. Hope you enjoy this episode. Alright guys, we made it down to the creek, or the river. We tried to get to our first spot this morning around 6:30. There was no water. We tried a secondary spot. Secondary spot had plenty of water, but no gold. And well, we ended up on the Uwharrie River. It's my first time prospecting out here in the river. So yeah, we got our first test bucket here ready to go. Alright guys, we have our first half 5-gallon bucket. About to test it out and see how it is. And we'll decide where we're going to be filling up the rest of our buckets. So let's go ahead and run this material. I think we, I don't know, how many test pans do you think we did? Combined total at all the places this morning? A lot. Or each, okay, each. I think we each did about at least 30 to 40 to 50 test pans each. Yeah, I would agree. We did a lot. But we were finding consistent gold down here on the river, so that's good. But there is a lot of black sand. We're not talking a lot of black sand. I'm talking a quarter of a pan worth of black sand.
I was definitely finding some heavies though. I mean, yeah, 6 brass shells.
Alright guys, we'll come back to you after we all three get done running our first test buckets here. Alright, we just got done running our first half 5-gallon buckets. Steven is cleaning his up right now. I got mine and Will's right here. There's Will's. There's mine. So, all in all, that's not bad for, I don't know, half a 5-gallon bucket. Steven is panning his back right now. Let's see how he did. He's got some gold showing up in there. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're gonna try the far side of the creek. Fill a bucket up over there and we'll do a comparison of both sides and then we'll figure out where we're gonna be digging. Alright, we just got our second bucket filled up. Got it by the sluice, ready to run. I got it from right over there. So if you look up this river makes a bend right here. So that's kind of like an inside bend. you can imagine more of your flood gold and your lighter flower gold accumulating over there. Whereas where I'm at right now, where we did the first bucket, is a straight up bedrock shelf. So this bedrock shelf is directly in line with the river, and I got our first bucket from right down in there. You can see you can somewhat see that I was right on top of the bedrock, just cleaning off the bedrock crevices. But material from this spot took me right around 45 minutes to get a half a bucket. The spot over there, I literally just filled that bucket up, and it's 3/4 of the way full, and that was done in about 10-15 minutes. Very easy digging. So anyway, let's go ahead and run this bucket, see how it compares with the first run, and we'll go from there.
Looks to be a lot of sand with black sand.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I just said that, and I should do see a nice piece of gold.
Put some in the other bucket.
Just walk up in the middle of the stream and float it. Just dump half of it out.
Steven is probably about 500 yards. No, probably not that far. 200-300 yards down. He got his bucket a little full.
I think that's a good spot down there, man.
You're like, God, this is going so much easier than the last spot on bedrock.
Yeah, I mean, it was super.
Alright guys, we're going to finish running this bucket. We'll come back and show you how we did. Well, got done running that bucket and I panned it down, and I think I can officially say that was the absolute worst cleanup ever. I had 1 flake and 2 nano dots of gold. I'm not even going to show you guys. That's embarrassing. I'm hoping Will and Steven do better than I did. But it is a learning opportunity. We know we're not going to go back over there and dig. We're going to dig right here where we know the gold's at. Alright, we'll come back to you when we got some more buckets filled up, and I'll show you how Will did and how Steven does. Alright guys, so decided to come downstream. As you can see, there's a big boulder in the creek right here. Creates a low pressure point behind it, and well, That allows your heavies to drop out behind it. So I'm just doing a half a bucket from right here. Let me show you this material. Look at how dark that material is. All right, guys. I just filled up 2 more buckets. I've got one right beside the sluice. I still gotta tote one across the fast moving water right there. I got them from way down there where Will is right now. I mean, it's some dark material, really dark, so it's gonna be full of black sand. Got it behind a big boulder in the creek. So I did a test pan there earlier and found some good color. We're gonna go ahead and run these 2 buckets, and if those don't work out, then well, we're going right back to the bedrock. So fingers crossed, because to fill those 2 buckets up right there took me 20 minutes maybe for both of them. A lot easier digging. All right, let's get all set up, run these buckets, and hopefully we'll see some gold in the box. All right, bucket number 3. If I can bend that finger. 3. Look at that, that's like straight up black sand. Alright guys, we're going to run the rest of this bucket. We're going to do the bucket number 4, and then we'll come back to you with a cleanup. Alright guys, Steven just headed out, and I just did my cleanup from those 2 buckets. Got a a little bit of flower gold in them, but still the best gold was coming from right here in this bedrock. So that's where we're gonna end the day. We're gonna fill up another bucket of nice bedrock material, and fingers crossed it was as good as cleanup number 1. So here was those 2 buckets we just ran. There's a lot of flower gold in there, and yeah, it's gonna take some processing time to get all the gold out. That's just what I managed to tap to the top, so it's not too bad. We're having fun either way. Finding gold is just a bonus. Alright, come back after we get this last bucket filled up and start running it. Alright guys. Whew. Took us about an hour and a half to fill up our last bucket of the day here. Will's got his, I've got mine, about halfway full. We basically just detailed the bottom of this bedrock here. Got all that nice material out. You can see down there. And then Will was working the bedrock right through here. And we're basically working the same crevice. So, fingers crossed it pans out. Alright guys, last bucket of the day. Hopefully it pans out. We'll see. Nice piece of gold. Alright guys, we're going to run the rest of this bucket. Will's going to finish his bucket. We'll come back to you. Alright guys, we just got done running our last buckets. Here is how Will did. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And here is how I did for the last bucket of the day. Not bad. I'm sure there's more gold in the black sands. And I've got a full Garrett super sluice full of cons still to go through. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting packed up. Go ahead and do a snuffer dump for you guys, show you how much gold we found today. I think we only sluiced probably about half the gold, and half the gold came from painting. So, let's go ahead and get all that prepared for you guys. We'll come right back. Alright guys, it's the time you've all been waiting for. The snuffer dump. I'm going to start off with Will's. Here's how Will did for the day. Boom. Nice smile in his pan. Looks pretty good. Digging it?
I'm digging it, buddy.
Heck yeah. And here is how I fared for the day. Seen better, but I've definitely seen a lot worse. So it's not bad for a full day of straight prospecting, trying out new areas. Alright guys, we'll come back to you here in a moment. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me and Will today on the creek. We had a good time out here prospecting new areas. Found some areas that had gold. Found some areas that had no water. Found some areas that did have some water. All in all, it's a pretty good day. Alright, with that, we're signing off.
Later, y'all.
We'll see you later at home on the scales. And with that, we are out. Alright guys, we've made it back to the scales. I've got the gold all dried up, and as I predicted, there was quite a bit more gold in those black sands after I processed them through the spiral wheel. So yeah, the cleanup's gonna look a little bit better than what you guys saw in the snuffer dump. The black sands that day in the Uwharrie River, they are just thick. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get the gold tapped to the top of your pan with that much black sand. With that being said, we left off in the last video. We were at 6.311 grams. Let's see how much we added. That's a lot more than I expected, actually. 0.33. We're just gonna go with a 0.335. That ought to do it. Yeah, there's probably still a little bit of black sand in there, but we'll clean that up at the end of the year. Get a accurate total of strictly gold. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take all the containers of gold from each month and just put them all into one container. We'll do probably the first 6 months after this weigh-in, because this is the last weigh-in for June, and we'll get the dry weight of everything, and then we'll have the second part of 2022. But yeah, we are well, we're about 6 3/4 grams, 6 3/4 grams for the year already, so that's pretty good. I'm definitely digging that. Alright guys, if you like this episode, let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and well, we'll catch you guys next time. And also, make sure you give that video a thumbs up if you did like it. Alright guys, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Catch you on the next episode.